Hello, today I'm going to be giving a how-to on how to carve a pumpkin. What are some of the things people think of when they hear carving pumpkins? Most people think of Halloween. Some think of fun with kids, family, or friends. Others see it as something stressful, or they see it as something that's difficult. I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be stressful or difficult. Carving pumpkins can be used as fall decor throughout your whole fall season, weather depending. The best part about carving a pumpkin is that you get to make fun memories to look back on. Plus, every time you see it lit up at night, you will feel so proud of what you created. And that's way better than going out and buying all of your decor, right? A few years ago, I carved a pumpkin with my daughter's name in it, Emma. It was pretty easy, but last fall I decided to test my skills and I did a more difficult one and an easy one too. I carved Tinkerbell, pixie dust and all, into one pumpkin and a bat into another one. They came out great. I'm not artistically talented at all, so if I can do it, then I have faith that any one of you can do it too. Today I'm going to explain to you all step by step where to find the materials and tools needed, how to use them, and how to carve the pumpkin. We're going to start out by finding the materials that we need. You're going to need to find a pumpkin first. Look for one that doesn't have too many physical abnormalities to it. It's easier to carve a nicely shaped one than one that's not. Make sure it's nicely rounded and rather large. It's easier to carve on a larger canvas. You will need to purchase a pumpkin carving kit. You can buy them at Walmart for about $4, and it comes with the tools that you need: a sculpting tool, saws, a drill, a pumpkin scooper, and a pounce wheel. And if you buy the one that comes with the different patterns to choose from, you can use a pattern. But you can also buy a different one if you would like, and they're cheaper, but they don't come with the pattern booklet. If you don't like the patterns that it comes with, you can print one off the internet and it works just as well. That's what I did. You'll want to get some trash bags to put pumpkin guts into as you scrape them out. I personally use Walmart bags. It saves you a trash bag, and most people have some type of store bags laying around the house anyways. You'll want to get some newspaper to put down on the table or the ground. This material isn't required, but I would suggest it as it will save you a lot of mess in the long run. You'll want to buy a pair of scissors if you don't already own a pair. You'll need regular Scotch tape and tea lights. I would suggest that you buy battery-powered kind since they don't melt and that means they'll last longer. Plus, the real candle ones, I've had burn my pumpkin top to where it starts to cave in. However, on pumpkinlady.com, they suggest cutting a chimney hole into the spot where it looks singed so that the heat can escape. An optional thing you can buy is gloves. Once you've gathered all the materials and tools you've needed, we can begin setting up your carving station. You'll want to begin to set up your carving station. Put newspaper down all over the surface that you're going to be carving on. Then get out small plastic bags and place one next to your pumpkin. Put your pumpkin on top of the layers of newspaper, get out your scissors, open the pumpkin carving kit, and get the tools laid out and ready. Pick out which design template you want to use, or get out the one that you printed off. Now that all your materials and tools are set up, you can begin carving. Cut the top off of your pumpkin with the saw tool. You'll want to cut a hole big enough to comfortably move your arm around when scraping out the pumpkin. I would suggest a medium-sized hole. Use your hands. This is where you'll want to put on gloves if you don't want to or can't touch the guts, to remove the bulk of the pumpkin guts and place them in a small plastic bag. After the majority is pulled out, then take your pumpkin gut scraper and begin scraping the rest out. You will know when you get it all out because the walls will feel smooth. They should be about 1 inch thick. Take whichever design you choose and use the scissors to trim it down to fit the pumpkin more easily. Use the tape to tape the design to the pumpkin. On marthastewart.com, they say to tape it in the position that you want your design to be. You can get the design wet and saran wrap it to the pumpkin, but I've found that to be much more difficult. Take the pounce wheel or the drill and trace it with some force along the lines of your design. The design will then be on your pumpkin. You'll have a dotted line of some sort to follow along when you cut. Take the serrated saw and push it to the pumpkin at the top of the design and begin sawing in a sawing motion while cutting down and following your dotted line. Be sure to keep hold of your design paper so you can use it to look back at and be sure you don't cut out any pieces that shouldn't be or miss any that should be cut out. Alternate between larger and small saws for the parts of the design that may need a large saw or a small one. As the pieces fall out when you carve, continue to throw them into a small plastic bag that was used earlier for the pumpkin guts. Now we can begin cleaning up and setting up your newly carved pumpkin. You're going to want to place the top back on the pumpkin and place the pumpkin on the ground or really just any surface that you feel comfortable sitting it on. Begin to fold up and throw away the newspaper as it will be covered in pumpkin guts. You can clean your pumpkin carving tools and save them for next year or just throw them away. Once the area is cleaned up, you can grab your tea lights and your pumpkin and take it outside and place it where you would like it. Take the lid off your pumpkin and turn the tea light on and place it inside and put the lid back on. If you bought real candles, then you'll have to light them with a lighter. Enjoy seeing your creation every night. Now let's go over everything that I informed you on today. Today I went over how to carve a pumpkin by breaking down 4 steps. I told you about buying the materials and tools needed. I told you how to set up the carving station. I told you how to carve the pumpkin. I told you how to clean up and set up the carved pumpkin. Carving pumpkins is something fun you can do with the family, friends, or children. It's a fun way to decorate for Halloween. A helpful little tip. If your pumpkin is starting to show signs of looking old, place the carved pumpkin in a tub of cold water with a very small amount of bleach and soak it for up to 8 hours, which is a tip I read on southernliving.com. I personally have not tried this, but it has been shown to work. This is going to help keep it hydrated and preserve its life for a few more days. Whenever you're carving pumpkins, don't worry about it looking perfect. Just try to have fun and make memories. Whatever you end up with will be something you can be proud to say you did on your own. Thank you.